Hi ladies, we're going to start in a chair, and it's Monday and we're a little bit overcast on this side. So we're just going to start with you seated, just slightly forward in your chair, let your arms just hang, and just take a moment and close the eyes and just pause there for a moment. So just closing the eyes and just pausing. Just take a few breaths in and out. Ooh. And again, deep breath in and deep breath out. And then just start a little rocking forward and back on your sit bones. Just start a little rock forward and back. So moving forwards and moving backwards. Just keeping the spine nice and long. And then we're going to come back to pause and then just a little bit of rocking side to side. So just from one sit bone to the other sit bone. Good, and then we're going to come back to pause it. Start to circle around the sit bone. So go all the way around and then come forward. It's like you're drawing a little halo on the top of the crown of your head. So we go around 4 times one direction. We come back to pause and then we're going to circle to go the other way around. So just keeping the spine really long like a pole. And just circling on the ceiling. So feel that circle on the ceiling with the crown of your head. And then coming back to pause that. Now we're going to move into the shoulder girls. We're going to shrug the shoulders up to your ears. Let the head go back a little bit. You can even soften your elbows to bring those shoulders right up. Squeeze in the back. And then as you come down, spiral your palms open. Look down at one hand and the other. And again, so going up, just squeezing the back of the head and then spiraling to come down. So nice space to create through your collarbones. Again, curl and then spiraling. It's amazing what breathing can do to you. It makes you feel so relaxed. And then coming down to spiral. Now we're going to start with your nose. So we're going to draw a little circle on a circle with your nose 4 times. Very small. And then 4. Then changing that direction. 4. And just say no with the head. So just say no with your head. And then coming back to pause it there. Now you're going to start a little circle with your shoulders. So creating a little figure 8 from your shoulders there. This starts to move the ribs, the internal organs, the spine. And then changing that direction again. So it's alternating shoulder rolls. And then change again. And then changing. And then coming back to pause it there. Now we're going to go forward together. So roll both your shoulders forward and back. And then changing direction. And then coming back to pause it there. Right, so now we're going to move and work with the hands a little bit. So we're just going to shake out the hands. Bring the hands up. Shake them up. Start to shake the shoulders. Legs can widen and you can shake it all the way down. All the way up. Remember, you can do this standing as well. So you're going all the way down. Maybe stand for this and shake those legs as well. So all the way down. All the way up. And then coming back to pause it. You can feel the fingertips. Then bring the hands together. And what we're going to do is interlace the fingers and start to roll your wrists. So start to roll the wrists. Let's get some movement through that. Like a figure 8. And then change the direction as well. And then from there, rolling from side to side there. And then let's give the hands, the wrist a stretch in a different way. So just stretching it out, releasing, and again, Reaching, releasing, reaching, release. Now bring the fingertips together. Try to open the fingertips as much as you can. And then push the palms towards each other. So you're getting some space between the fingers as well. Some nice stimulation for the hands. Now we're going to slowly move into some release work on fascia. So from there we're going to come to the forehead and just rubbing through the forehead. So from the forehead to the crown of your head. From there to the crown of your head. Just rubbing quite hard. So we're just wakening up here. We're doing the awakening series. Some massage series. In the back of the head. And then do a little bit of cupping. So a little bit of stimulation around the head. Now when you come to the ears, make a little cup and just rub over the ears. And then we're going to pull on the ear. So start from the very top of the ear and start to squeeze it. So pinch the ear and pull forward. So pinching and pulling forward. And work it all the way down. Ooh, I can feel that I haven't done this for a long time. Then from there we're going to come to the eyes. So we're making a little circle with the hands. So this is the circle of the hands. You're placing it over the eyeballs and placing a little bit of pressure around them. So a little bit of pressure around them. And then releasing. And again a little bit of pressure. And releasing. And one more. And releasing. Then squeezing into the eyebrows. So going into the eyebrows. Starting from the middle to the end. Nice. And then we want to work around the jaw area. So just massaging around the jaw area, coming down into the lower part of the jaw. So you're rubbing into your gums. Oh, feeling very, very tense around my jaw. And then coming to the top of your jaw and doing the same thing. Just trying to force the blood up to the surface. And then with your thumbs, you're going to place it underneath the jawline. So underneath the jawline, so tilt your head and gently push your thumbs up into the jawline. So let the head really just push the thumb down or up into the jawline. So just your jaw is pushing down while the thumb is pushing upwards. Walk it towards your chin. You're going to notice there's a lot of saliva starting to come into the mouth. Try to keep that, don't swallow just yet. And then come back and then you're going to keep the saliva. Using the inside of your hands, you're going to look up and rub the throat. So just rubbing the throat. And then come to hold onto your Adam apple. And then swallowing. So it really gets all that sticky stuff to go down the throat. So then we're going to move into a bit of your collarbone. So making a little fist or interlacing the hands to make a fist. With the thumbs together, we're just going to do a little bit of gentle tapping just below your collarbone. So just below the collarbone. So just trying to loosen up all that connective tissue, that tension that we hold around the neck area. And then coming over the heart area, so you'll be on your left side. Just pumping the blood to the heart area. And then we can move on. Now we're going to move into the back of the skull. So right at the bottom of the skull, you're going to do a bit of rubbing. So a little bit of rubbing in the back of the skull. And then we're going to move on the side of your spinal processes. So just on the side of the spinal processes. Oh, all that tension that's sitting there that we didn't know that's sitting there. So all around those areas. And then over that C7, that little bump that sits just below the neck there, we want to rub across that. And then we're going to work and move on to the upper trap. So you're going to tilt your head to one side. Using your hand, you're just going to start to squeeze gently into the upper traps. So just gently into the upper traps. Gently. gently. Use the skin, so really make sure you've got your hand scooping under the top and you're squeezing into the skin. And then bringing it down into the triceps, into the small of the arm. You'll feel where it's needed. Just squeezing. And then place the hands on your the hand on your thigh and rub between the webbings of your hands. So just rubbing between the webbings of your hands. And then from there, take the rubbing right up into the elbow, right around the elbow. Start to tap a little bit, and then lift your armpit up and create a little side bend. And then with a cup of your hand, just gently underneath the armpit. So under the armpit, and then coming into your lymph gland. So coming down just below your armpit, and then around your ribs. That's where we need it the most. And before you start anything, just sense and feel. You can even feel just the difference, side bending, if there's really some opening there, even the neck area. So we start with the other side. So we place the hand underneath the top, gently squeezing the skin forwards, just to loosen up the traps. Oh. And then coming down into the triceps, a little bit of the arm squeezing into the flesh. Really just pumping and moving the liquid around. And then placing the hand and rubbing in between the fingertips there. Then go and rub on the elbow, go rub everywhere. Create a little bit of tapping. And then open up the armpits with a cup, just gently tapping under the armpit. Just loosening up the glands or opening up the glands. You can't quite loosen it, you can open it. And then take it all the way down into the lymph gland. And then come down into your rib cage. And you can just feel, it feels a little bit looser. Now we're just going to grab the ribs on the one side and pull. So you squeeze, actually sort of like pulling your skin around. So the skin between the ribs there and behind the ribs there, from the kidney around. And then going the other way. Then we're going to move into the lower back. So the lower back, you're making two little fists. You're curling to create a little curl, just to open up. And then start a bit of tapping in the lower part of the sacrum. So where the glutes are is also a part where you want to be stimulating. And then coming up into the kidney area. And then we're going to move into the IT band. The IT band is really, really tight. So using the heels of the hands, okay, and then working with a quite hard beating. So try to go a little harder to try and loosen up the band. So really what we're trying to do is get the toxins out. That's really what we're doing here. It's just moving the toxins out. Then on the inner thigh, on the top thigh, and then making a little cupping over the knees, come into the shins, into the calf. And remember, the feet are normally involved as well. So if you can, we're going to do the feet as well. So we're going to be scissoring the toes. So scissoring the toes. Big toe, middle toe first. And then middle toe, second toe with the next toe. You don't have to spend a lot of time here, just do little quick scissors there. And then you can sort of like circle these ankles, so circling the ankles around. And then change in that direction. Then you change it, you can always see before you start the other side, there's always a difference. And then we're going to scissor the other foot. So the other foot, the big toe and the second toe. The second toe and the third toe, the third toe and your fourth toe, and then the fourth and the fifth toe. And then again you can circle the ankles around. Okay, so then we're going to place the feet. We're going to start with a little bit of arching and curling, so we're going to have the hands just placed. And then you're going to start with the arms just reaching out to the side. As you reach up, lift your sternum up. Bring the hands together. And then bring the hands, thumbs towards your heart, towards your sternum, and soften your sternum. Watch that you don't overwork your lower back. Again, so breathe in, just encourage the chest to lift. And then exhaling. And again, breathing in. And exhaling. 2 more there, breathing in. And exhaling to come back. Now we're going to go up to breathe in. Chest is up, and then exhale to release. And again, breathing in. And exhale. 2 more, breathe in. And open. Last one there, inhale up. And exhale to release back down to place the hand. Right, so the next movement we're going to do is we're going to work with a little bit of a spiral. So the hands on the thighs, let the hand travel up the thigh when you're looking around your shoulder. So you're going to move around your left side, so it's looking around to the left. And exhale. Now sense that range of motion, don't force it. And again, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. 2 more, breathe in. And 1 more to inhale. Exhale to come back to pause. Now let's take it into a side stretch. Palms are up because we want to work with the rotator cuff. So the rotators need to open your shoulder, and it opens up the tricep there. So take it into a side stretch. Remember, shift your rib cage. And then coming back up. Palm is up, shift the rib cage, and then side bend. And again, shifting the rib cage. Now making sure that it's over to the side. Now let's take it a little bit more into the diagonal. So instead of to the side, bring it a little bit more forward, and then gently grab hold of the wrist and draw it forwards, but tilt your pelvis at the same time. And then release it. So first thing, arm goes over, other arm comes over, reach it forward into the diagonal, but create a curl into the lower back. So really opening up through the pelvis. And releasing. And then do that again. So reaching forward into the diagonal. Make sure that the lower back is moving back while the arm is moving forward and you're pulling on it. And then exhale to reach. Inhale to come back. And then exhale to slowly, slowly release back down. And again, you can lift your shoulders here and drop it. Breathing in and drop. And 1 more. And drop it. Right, so here we're going to bring the feet. The feet are still going to be a little bit wider. So the next movement we want to do is we want to try and get the one leg to open. So place your body in a way that you can open the knee and open the hip. So you've got some space there. And then open the other side as well. And that way you want to sort of like get the thigh bone to spiral outwards. So there's a nice space and opening there. Now from here we're going to bring the arms up. Breathing in, exhale, going to hinge your spine forward. So you're long through your spine, your hands are down. You're going to breathe in to open up to the one side. Exhale to come back. Inhale, open to the other side. Exhale to come back. 2 more, breathe in. Last one, inhale. Exhale to come back, and then push away to breathe in. And then exhale to release back down. Okay, so we're going to repeat that 1 more time. So we're going to breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward. So it's a long spine, hands are down. Breathe in to open. Exhale to come back. Other side, inhale. Exhaling back. 2 more, breathe in. Last one, breathe in. Exhale to come back, and then push away to breathe in. And then exhale to release back down. Now you can just adjust the feet again. And this time we're going to work with the hands just placed at your shoulders. So the palms are facing forward, your elbows are tucked in, and you're sort of like getting your elbows back. So you're sort of squeezing them together. And then we're going to reach the one arm, push and push, push, push. we come back. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now this time we're going to stretch out to the side. So we're going to reach and pull in. And now keep it out and let's circle the arms. Backwards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And forwards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then come back down to release that. Now we're going to cross the hands over. You know this one. We're going to keep the long spine. So breathing in. Now spiral to the one side. So bring that elbow across it over to the one knee. Inhale to come back. Exhale, cross it over to the other knee. If you find you can't get there, make the legs a little bit more narrower. So bring them closer together. Okay, and again, exhale. Let the head just follow the movement of the spine. Last two. Last one. Exhale. Inhale to come back and then releasing. So we're going to come into standing, and what we're going to do is use the back of the chair. So you're going to use the back of the chair, and we're going to work with a pyramid. So we're going to stand with the left leg in front, bend the knees, and the back foot behind you. You want both your feet to be down. So you want your heels to be grounded. And then from there, we're going to start by reaching the one arm up, reaching the other arm up, and pausing and holding it there. Then circle the arms out to the side, breathing in. Exhale to reach up again. Inhale to come down, and then exhale to reach up, and then coming back down to place the hand. Now just stepping and changing sides, so the right foot is forward. Just make sure that when you're standing, that your foot is not so far forward against the chair so that you've got space for the next round to bring the knee up. So you've got both your toes facing forward, or your toes, or 10 toes. Feet are grounded, the front knee is bent, the back leg is straight. And then we're going to start by reaching up, breathing in. And circle the arms around. And again, inhale up. And exhale to place. Inhale, reach. And exhale back. Breathing in. And exhale to place the foot to change sides. So again, stepping the left foot forward and the right leg is back. The distance is not too far apart from each other. Okay, so the distance is not too far apart from each other. So now you've got both your front leg is bent, your back knee is straight, left leg is in front, right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Then we're going to start again by taking one arm, float with the other side. Exhale to reach down, breathing in. Now this time as you place the leg, either you're going to step your right foot forward to tap the toe, or your right leg will come up to tabletop. And then you're going to step it back, breathing in. And then exhale to breathe out. Again, so inhale up. Exhale, either toe tap the foot or bring it up. Take it back, breathing in. And then exhale to come back down. Two more like that. So breathe in. Exhale to lift. Breathing in. And exhale to lower. Last time, breathing in. Exhale to lift. Inhale, place. And exhale to release. Now we're going to change sides. So we place the right foot forward, left foot back. Left leg is straight, front leg is bent. Okay, so if you want to soften the back knee, that's okay, but you're keeping your spine neutral. Okay, so we're going to start with the hands on top. We breathe in, we look up, we exhale, we inhale, and we exhale. Either you toe tap or you bring the leg up. And then you step it back. So you breathe in, breathing out, breathing in, and exhale to lift. And again, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and exhale to lift. Two more, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and exhale to lift. Last one, inhale, exhale, inhale up, and exhale to lift. Good, and then we're going to place the feet. So this time you're going to stand with your feet, toes facing forwards, knees are soft, and then we're going to lean towards the chair. So lean towards the chair, all the weight is in your left leg, and you're going to lift and lower the right leg up and down. 7, and then 8 to come back. And then we're going to change sides. So you're turning around, knees are soft, weight goes into the opposite leg, and lift and lower. 5, 6, 7, and then 8 to come back. Now facing the chair, knees are soft, stepping the left leg out, watch your lower back, keep it neutral, and then just lift and lower. 5, 6, 7, and then 8 to come back, and then other side, soft knee, and then lift and lower. Keep the hips forward. 7, and then 8. So let's go into a little bit of a challenge. You're going to step your left leg out, front knee is bent, lift the back leg and lift your right arm. So lift the right arm up, extend, and then come back. And then extend, other side, and then come back. And if you can't lift your arms, you just reach it in front of you. You just reach it in front of you. And we go 5, and 6, and 7, and 8 to come back and pause it there. Now with the feet sit bone distance, knees are long now. You've got your pelvis in a neutral, and you're going to lift and lower the heels up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1. 6, 7, 8, last 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and placing the feet down. So right, so that's quite good. So we're going to come to sitting again. So come into sitting, and we're just going to place the feet, have the legs about shoulder distance, and letting the arms just hang for a moment there. Right, so now we're just going to work with a bit of a stretch. You're going to step, your sit bones are right on the edge of your chair. Your right leg is going to step out. The opposite arm is going to get long. So you want to keep your spine really long here to reach towards those toes. So if you can, you want to bring those legs up. Otherwise, you would have to reach over to touch your toes. And then coming back. And then changing. So stretch your left leg out. Toes are facing up, and then lift the leg if you can to touch your toes, and then come up, or else just come right down to reach to your toes, and then coming up to circle around. And we go 1, and 2, and 3. And if you want to hold onto the chair for a 5, and 6, woo, and 7, and 8, and come back to pause it there. So now we're just going to go into a little bit of a lower back release. So we're going to bring the one knee up towards your chin, roll back on your chair. So there's lots of space. You've got that chair behind you, so you can lean back into it, but bring your chin towards your knee. That's the idea. I would love to be a fly on the wall. So again, coming up and releasing. And again, and release, and release. Good, 4 more, and 3, and for 2, and for 1, and coming back to release. Now this is one that we haven't tried before, but maybe let's just give it a go. So you're going to take your arm, hug it, place it under your knee. You're slightly hanging back, so you're slightly tilted, and give that leg a stretch, and then change sides, and then place it under the knee and stretch, this one doesn't want to quite go as high. So keep rolling off your sit bones to create space in the hip flexor to open. And again, open. 2 more there. And exhale. And then coming back to release that. Right, so now for the next set, we're going to work with a bit of stretching. So we're going to come to standing again. This time you don't hold your chair. Just going to stand with your feet in a open position with your hands just placed here at the back of your tail. Knees are straighter. So we're going to start by hinging forwards, breathing in, and exhale to come back. And again, so inhale forward, and exhaling. And again for 3, and one more time, 4, and exhale. Now when you do that, we're going to keep the knees long. Now bend the knees and roll the tailbone. So curl that tailbone underneath you, coming up. And again, so hinging and then curling. Nice. Again, breathing in and exhaling. Good. And for 4. And for 3. Good, 2 more there, breathing in. Remember to move from the lower back first and the rest of the spine will follow. Last one. And then exhale to come up, to pause it there. Now you're going to place the hands onto the thighs and again, you're just going to hinge forward, bending the knees. Shoulders are back. Spiral yourself to the right. Exhale to come back. So notice that the pelvis does move here. And then spiral to the left. And exhale, again breathing in. Good, and 4, and 3, for 2, and for 1 to come back, and then curl the spine all the way up. Now with the knees slightly bent, you are slightly hinged forward again. And we're going to go into like a walk. It's like you're running. You're skiing, you're going somewhere. Now we're going to come up into a straighter line. So look over your shoulders, over the shoulders. Knees are soft, so there's a little bit of bounciness through the knees. And then we come down again. Maybe speed it up a little bit. And then when we come up, you slow it down, looking over your shoulders. Woo. And then we're going to come back to pause. You can feel that's a little cardiovascular, that's fantastic. And then with your legs in an open position, toes turned out, knees are soft. We're going to take it over towards the one side. So breathing in with your one heel lifting. One foot is heel is lifting. Exhale, we come down 1, 2, and then breathing in. And do another 4, and 3, and for 2, last 1, and then coming back to pause it there. Just bringing the feet back in line with your shoulders, so more or less in line with your shoulders. So this time we're going to start with the arms reaching up, and we're going to low 3 times, 2, 3, and then coming up, and again, 3 and up, and 1, 2, 3 and open, 2 more here, 3 and open, last one, pausing it there. Now stay there and try to reach, keep the knees soft, reach the one arms, grab the ceiling, grab, and you keep shifting your weight a little from side to side. We forget how to reach, and now take it from the sides, so reaching from the sides, pull, pull. And how about the other side? Or maybe try and stretch the hands this way, So you can slowly, like imagine you're going to put your bra on. So it's going to be like that sort of reach, and then coming back, and then coming back to reach. Hello Freddie, Fritz. And then coming up to reach, and then coming back down to let go. Now bring both shoulders up to your ears and drop. 2 more, and 1 more, and release. Hope you enjoy that. So Wednesday is going to be a mat work class. So just get some mats ready and we'll work on the mats. Okay, so see you then.